What's going on, everybody? Mario here. Hey guys, I wanted to share some information with you guys. For all you guys that don't know, I just recently completed my bachelor's in criminal justice. I did it online, and I wanted to talk to you guys and share some information and some tips that might help you guys as you guys are, if you guys are thinking about doing online higher education. This will definitely help you. Maybe give you a better perspective on things, and see if this is the right thing for you guys to do. All right, guys. So first of all, you guys need to understand that online education is not for everybody. There are some people that do better in a classroom environment over online environment. For me personally, since being in the military, a lot of our education is done pretty much online because because of our jobs. So therefore, a lot of it is self-paced and it's done through the internet. And so it was easy. It was an easy transition for me to go into online schooling. But I do want to give you guys some tips. The first one would be, how much time do you have to study? Because this is actually a very crucial part of online, um, you doing any online school or anything like that. I would suggest that you would probably need about 8 to 10 hours for that week for studying and working on your homework in order for you to be successful. And it doesn't, it can vary. You guys just need to understand that for online schooling is a little different. I will give you guys my perspective on how it was for my university. My university starts their classes on a Wednesday, and usually everything is due. Like for example, the discussion forum is due on Sunday, and the actual term paper or whatever you're working on that the professor uh, had you guys working on for that week is due on Tuesday before midnight Eastern time. So that's how a lot of them work. There's some that ask for more discussion time. There's some that have discussion where you guys actually have to do like a live video feed. Every university is a little different. So before you guys get into that, make sure you ask those questions to the recruiter, because in reality, the recruiter is going to throw you all kinds of things and tell you how wonderful the university is. But in reality, you need to understand all these little things that you may not have thought about. And of course, when you get the recruiter on the phone, or the advisor, whatever you want to call him, his job is to sell the university. So, but make sure that you guys are asking those questions, because you will need that much, a lot of time, and make sure that you're able to complete a lot of the stuff. Okay, guys. The other thing is, are you a self-motivated person? Meaning, can you handle, meeting all these tasks and all these deadlines on a regular basis for, like, usually most classes are between six to 8 weeks long. So you guys need to understand that you got to stay motivated during that time. Usually the school will have like a week break in between the next class, so that kind of gives you a little bit of a breather, and you get to kind of relax a little bit. So that's always a good thing. You guys need to understand that when you're doing online, it's a lot different than when you go into a traditional school where a lot of them are semesters or quarters. Over here is all self-paced, so in most cases you're taking one class to three classes. I would always tell you guys, be careful on taking too many classes. If you can take one class at a time, that would be the best thing. That way you're not burning yourself out, and making sure that you make time for family and for your work. Because I know there's a lot of you guys that are, working and also going to school. But if you guys can do two classes, the more the merrier. I did two classes for quite a bit, and I was able to handle the load. But it always depends on the class and the subject. Some subjects have a tendency of being a little more challenging as far as trying to stay motivated than others. So usually the ones that I really liked, that I really was interested, I would take two at a time, and that would kind of help me. You know what I'm saying? But those classes that I think all of us hate, like math and history. I love history, but I hate world history. Um, but those were one of my classes. So I would always take at least just one at a time, so that way I can grasp it and make sure that I put enough time on that class so I can get a good grade. Okay, guys. So make sure you stay self motivated. That is the key to all this thing, and make sure you guys know how to research. That's always another big thing. Okay. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Um, you got to remember that in most online classes, they'll have a lecture um, of the professor, or they'll give you like a really like a PowerPoint with all the stuff that they're talking about for that week. I would always tell you guys to download it and just review it. Whenever you guys get a chance, like uh, you know, you get a little off. Put it in I had a tendency to put it in my cell phone. So whenever I'm had a little break or whatever, I will look at the content, and that kind of helped me kind of grasp everything. So kind of remember that, guys. So all right, guys. So another thing that I would definitely tell you guys is to compare prices. There are some universities that are higher in prices, and you need to make sure that you qualify for everything. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are not a military and you don't have GI Bill or tuition assistance, I would always tell you guys to make sure you go through. You need to find out what kind of grants they offer, what kind of scholarships they offer, because there's a lot of them that offer their own scholarships for uh, let's say you're a single parent or something like that. They'll definitely have those kind of grants and scholarships, so make sure you look into that. Okay, guys. So keep an eye on that stuff, because I will tell you the biggest abuser of the GI Bill system, and I had this problem with a lot of my soldiers. A lot of my soldiers were going through University of Phoenix. Now, I'm not saying don't go through University of Phoenix, but if you ever look at their prices compared to other universities, in some cases they're more pricier than like a prestigious university. It's ridiculous how much University of Phoenix actually charges for their classes. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Don't get suckered, especially if you're active duty or National Guard. Do not get suckered into the whole BAH thing, because yeah, you're getting this BAH based on the school's headquarters, which is in the Bay Area, and you're getting all that money. But I would always tell you to make sure you save all that money, because most likely you're going to have to pay some of it back into it. I had a soldier who ended up going to the University of Phoenix, and that was 5 grand, and he used up all his GI Bill. Go figure. I don't understand how that worked out. But I would always tell you guys to make sure you guys look at prices. All right. Okay. So, like I stated before, right now, do some research on the universities. Look at their prices. Look at their accreditations. That's very, very important, guys. Now, for the military, if you're in the military, man, you guys don't have to worry about it so much, because uh, in order for the military to give any university any kind of tuition assistance or GI Bill money, they have to have meet certain criteria for accreditation. But if you guys happen to be a civilian, make sure that you guys are really looking at the accreditation of that university. The biggest nightmare that I've seen so far is Kaplan University. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but they actually lost their accreditation, and many of the students who had graduated between a certain time frame actually had degrees in which they were not valid. So because the accreditation of the university was gone, so please pay attention to the accreditation. It's very important, guys. Okay. Another thing that I would always tell you guys is, if you guys doing online courses, is that you guys got to pace yourselves, man. And the biggest thing is, I would always tell you, if you can give yourself at least 2 to 3 hours a day to work on your homework. In most cases, usually done before the weekend even starts, and then you can enjoy your weekend with your family. So try to pace yourself. I know it's going to be very hard on a lot of you guys, especially a lot of working parents like myself, trying to balance family and then work. And believe me, guys, my work is very demanding. I'm in the military, and I am in charge of 173 Joes and $30 million of equipment and all kinds of crap. So believe me, I understand. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. So make sure you guys stay Pace yourselves and stay motivated. It's very, very important. Okay, and I'm gonna lead back to the other part that I want to talk about with when you're talking about pacing yourself. Do not drop. Do not be like what happened to me. What ended up happening with me is because of my job. I ended up not taking a course within a month time frame because I was gone for almost 2 3 weeks because I was overseas, and I had no guarantee that I was going to get a chance to get on online and work on my homework. The school ended up dropping me. Okay, so when they drop you, and let's say you decide to go back into your career field, like for me it was criminal justice, you need to understand that every year, every college changes their curriculum, or they change their course, the courses that they're offering for that year in order for you to get your degree. But to make a long story short, what ended up happening with me is that a lot of the classes that I had previously taken were no longer part of the course. So I ended up having to take 4 extra classes in order for me to finish my degree. So make sure you guys stay within the course. Try to finish because in most cases you're finishing between a year and a half to 2 years, sometimes less, sometimes more. Remember, this is all self-paced, so it depends on how fast you want to get it done. I've seen people that get it done in 12 months, but like I tell you, it's a grinder, especially if you're doing 3 courses at a time for every 6 weeks. It will wear you out. Okay, and also, guys, don't lose faith. I know that it's going to be very hard for you guys as you first start, and then you start looking at the remainder of classes that you have left, and you're going to be like, "Man, I'm never going to finish. I'm never going to get there." Believe me, you will get there. You just have to pace yourself. You have to stay motivated, and you got to stay the course. Remember, the reason why you're going and taking online courses and higher education is for many reasons. Some people are doing it for to better themselves and better their ability to have a better job. There's some that do it for promotion at work, and there's others that just want to challenge themselves. So make sure that you guys remember why you decided to take a higher education courses and get yourself back into school. There's a purpose into everything, guys. And just remember that if you guys do that, man, you guys are going to be successful. You guys are going to be able to get your degree, and you'll be set. All right, guys. So I hope that this information kind of helped you guys a little bit. Biggest thing out of this, guys, is that you guys got to stay persistent, and you should be able to. If you do that, you'll be able to graduate with no problems. Even for myself being active duty and usually working 12-hour days, and then coming home and trying to spend time with the family, and then staying up to like 12:30, 1 o'clock to finish my stuff. I still had a GPA at 3.2. So believe me, guys, if I could do it, you guys can do it. If you guys are civilians, single moms, or whatever, man, believe me, my hat's off to you. Continue doing what you're doing, because in reality, you're just helping yourself. And like I tell my kids all the time, education is something nobody can take away from you. So, okay, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this video. Like always, God bless you. God bless the United States of America, and I'm out.